Alright, what's good with y'all niggas, bruh? It's Don Coolio coming at y'all with another video. So in this video, we finna be reacting to bro video right here. I'm not sure what his name is. Let me make that smaller. I'm not sure what his name is completely on YouTube. Somebody sent me the video, so we're gonna be reacting to it. Shout out to him for making this video. This video basically gonna be comparing, it's basically gonna be comparing Tenkaichi 3 and why Tenkaichi 3 was, I guess, a smoother game or just had more swag than Sparking Zero. So let's get into it though. Let's see what it's talking about.
Look at Tenkaichi 3 is saucier than Sparking Zero.
Okay.
There. It's taken me 4 months to say it, but I finally said it. Today I'm going to be listing 15 things that make Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's predecessor just so much saucier. Quick disclaimer, I apologize in advance if I say the word saucy too much. Now we're going to work our way up the sauce meter as we go, and some of these things on their own
The sauce meter is crazy, I ain't gonna lie. The sauce meter is crazy.
may not even be that saucy, but combined together just add a lot of flavor to the game. To Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
I ain't gonna lie, just that combo right there should show you why Sparking Zero could never fuck with Tenkaichi 3. Did y'all just see that? Did y'all just see that? I ain't gonna lie, just it's stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That just looked way too hard, bro.
That is. And before we get into the video, like, subscribe, comment, you know I'm going to say all that stuff. Trying to hit 100K by the end of the year, make my dream come true, that'd be great. But also, make sure you let me know the
Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, my nigga shit though.
one thing on this list that you agree is the sauciest from Budokai Tenkaichi 3 that isn't in Sparking Zero.
Okay.
Let's get to it. So first, did anybody notice how the descend sound effect is just not present in Sparking Zero? You know, the sound characters make when they land on the ground or descend from the sky? It's just straight silence. Very strange. Now in Budokai
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds straight to me. It sounds like the descend sound. Maybe I'm tripping though. Let's see.
Tenkaichi 3, this sound effect is there. Exactly how it was in the show. Both after a hop and after descending from the sky. Two different sound effects. Now again, this may not be that saucy, but the descend sound effect is actually so satisfying to listen to. And it's just an indication of the incomplete nature of Sparking Zero. This isn't even something we can debate. This is simply just a missing sound effect brought about by negligence from not properly testing the game.
I ain't gonna lie, this one ain't that bad to me. But hey, I understand it's supposed to be a funny video too at the end of the day. This one ain't that bad to me though. I like the way it sounds on Sparking Zero better. Maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe I'm tripping.
Another thing. It's been 17 years and billions of dollars of Dragon Ball revenue since Budokai Tenkaichi 3 came out. So Sparking Zero, please tell me, what is this water sound effect? It sounds muffled, okay, as it should underwater.
Okay.
And that's one thing that is an improvement from the previous game, where characters' voices just sound the same above or below water.
I'm getting excited!
But they use the same sound effect when you enter or exit the water. Couldn't afford two different sound effects? Compare these sounds to the ones in Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
See, it's stuff like this. This is why I tell you, like, they put way more love into games back in the day than what they do now. Everything now is just a cash grab. Every video game now is just a cash grab. The only video game I can sit here and think of that's not finna be a cash grab is GTA 6. And that's because you gotta think that game, bro, they done been working on that game since like, GTA 5 came out on PS3. And we all knew GTA 6 was coming out. This was, Sparking Zero was just a cash grab. We didn't know this was finna come out, bro. They made this because they knew it would get some bread. GTA 6 is like a very qualified like series, right? That's them the type of niggas that make shit with love in it, bro. We know when GTA 6 come out, that's finna be probably the best game ever created, bro. Let's be real.
The Tenkaichi 3 water exit sound is way more natural and realistic. In Sparking Zero, they just reused the same sound twice. And when you're moving around in water in Sparking Zero, there's absolutely no water noises being made. Whereas in BT3, there is.
Like, this is what I be talking about, bro. Like, what's so difficult about just like copy and pasting this to the next game? What's so difficult about just having this same shit and putting it on Sparking Zero? I don't understand it at all. That's very delusional to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Nothing spectacular, but it makes you feel like you're actually fighting in water, not just in a soundproof studio or something. How are we 3 console generations advanced and somehow we've taken steps back in the sound design department?
You hear what he said? Fact, 3 whole generations ahead, and it sound better on the last one. There should be nothing about Tenkaichi 3 that's better than Sparking Zero. That shouldn't even be possible. Y'all do realize that, right? Come on, man.
Now this next one is honestly personal opinion, but I have a feeling a lot of y'all will agree. The punching and kicking and overall impact sounds are just way better in BT3 as opposed to Sparking Zero. Let's compare. It actually feels like there's some oomph in your hits in the last game.
Yeah.
In this one, it just feels a little lackluster. Though not horrible. Again, just...
I ain't gonna lie, I agree with this one. I definitely agree with this one, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I feel as though on Tenkaichi 3, when you was getting hit, when you was in somebody combo, nigga, that shit felt like you was on your deathbed right there. It felt like you was finna die off one combo the way it sounded on Tenkaichi 3. Man, on Sparking Zero, it just sound like, it don't sound as impactful. It sound like you getting hit, but it definitely don't sound as impactful. That's just my opinion, though.
Just my opinion. Now, if any of you have watched basically any of my Sparking Zero gameplay videos, you would see me heavily rely on this 3-string backshot combo that does well over a bar of damage with certain characters. It's just the easiest and most reliable way to do a lot of damage with few defensive options for the opponent, without me having to spend hours and hours in the lab learning overly complex combos that prove I'm a virgin. But honestly, I hate this combo. It's so lazy and does way too much damage for what it is, and in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it's limited to just 2 times that you can do it. Then the opponent gets sent flying.
Exactly what I was just gonna say. I 100% agree. I have no idea why they made it to where you have 3 different strings you can do now. That was a terrible change. You feel me? This is perfect. Because now, like, I feel as though the people back in the day that got off the game, or people that stopped playing the game because of backshot combos, they wouldn't get as irritated because you only get 2 strings to do with it. You know? That's what I think, at least. I don't understand why they did it. That was definitely a terrible change, and it made the game very repetitive. As already repetitive as everything else in the game is, this shit just make it worse. I 100% agree with him on this one.
Fine, which is how it should be, I feel, and doesn't do too much damage. It encourages other ways to fight, and I'm not constantly horny for trying to spin the opponent around so I could hit it from the back. It just encourages saucier gameplay in general. Because this is not saucy. At least not when you see it 1,000 times.
100% agree.
Now this next one doesn't really have to do with sauce, just balance. Why is key sickness not in this game? But Marty, what's key sickness, you man?
Man, I'm gonna let him finish.
Ask. What a wonderful question, I say. I'll explain and you'll go, wow, that sounds like a really great feature they should implement in Sparking Zero. Well, when a character uses their max power skill, or Insta-Spark as we call it in the community, when they run out of sparking mode, they then charge agonizingly slowly until they touch max key again. Wow!
Now, see, this is what I be talking about, bro. It's stuff like this why I be saying the niggas at Bandai or Spike Chewing Saw, I don't know what they was thinking. See, instead of giving niggas keys, like, we didn't even need the instant spark to go up to full stock. That was dumb as fuck anyway. We didn't need that. We needed this shit we needed key sickness, bro. That's what we needed. I don't like the fact that they changing so much different. Like, I didn't like the fact that they changed, like, the amount of stock that it took to use instant spark. I didn't like that because I feel like that made it, like, in my opinion, that made it, like, that's something that was true to Tenkaichi series. It's always been 3 stock. It should stay 3 stock. The only one I can understand is Explosive Wave being 2 stock instead of 1. But the fact that they raised it to 4, it's like, bro, it's just lazy. And the crazy thing is, they already got key sickness in the game. If y'all have ever played Nappa or seen somebody play Nappa, Nappa has key sickness on one of his skills. So it's like, why wouldn't y'all just give that for the instant spark too? It's just dumb to me, bro. It's just goofy.
That sounds like a really great feature they should implement in Spark. I know! The fact that they remove this, when many of the characters who have Insta-Sparks are already overpowered without it, is baffling to me. It's such a simple but great nerf to the skill that would have you think twice before using it. And let me tell you,
bro, because instant spark is not a skill that's meant to be used multiple times in a fight if possible. You feel me? It's not meant for that. It's meant to be a last resort thing, and if you don't kill the nigga with it, you're done. You're finished. You can't even charge your key. Like, that's why I be saying, it's like, bro, that's why I say this is not no real fighting game, bro. Tenkaichi 3 shits on this game when it comes to fighting mechanics, bro.
People who do nothing but wait for their Insta-Spark in a match are the least saucy of all. Next, I got a quick question straight to the developers of Sparking Zero. Who thought it was a good idea to allow you to rush characters who are lying on the ground? How is that a good combo extender? It's just lazy game design, in my opinion. And in some cases, it just doesn't make sense. When the rush attack animation starts with the opponent standing up, it just makes for a really awkward transition. Here's what happens in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 when you try and rush somebody lying on the ground. Ah, perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
100% agree with this. I don't know why. And this is why I say I think that, like, because we know it's Bandai, bro, because they did the same thing with Storm Connections, and it was never in no Storm game where you could pick people up off the ground, you know, and do a super or do a ninjutsu. But now you can use a ninjutsu while niggas is on the ground. It's the same thing they doing with Sparking Zero. I don't know why they doing this shit.
That is probably my biggest pet peeve of this game, and I dare somebody to change my mind on how stupid it is that you can be rushed in this position. In addition to this, when you're punching somebody who decides to rush you in BT3, here's what happens. Ah, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. That's right, they keep getting hit. Makes logical sense, right? Here's what happens in Sparking Zero when you try and punch somebody who's rushing you. What the fuck? I was literally hitting you. How did this happen? How can somebody who's being punched attack me? So dumb. Now this—
I 100% agree. And see, people used to be like, oh, well, you're leaving yourself open for a random super. You got hit by a random super. That's your fault. Skill issue. Bro, it wasn't in the last game. Because put it like this, if I'm getting close to somebody and they throw out a random super without setting it up, because that's what you're supposed to do when you use supers, is set the fucking super up so it can hit. You feel me? Unless they vanish it. But it's like, if I'm already punching, then I should start hitting them when they try to hit me with the super. You feel me? Because that's what a lot of niggas do. They'll wait for you to start punching them and they'll step back and do their super, and they know you can't do nothing about it. Like, that's why I be saying, like, people be so delusional on this game, bro.
This may be a controversial one, but in BT3, even the strongest characters can only do one teleport and one rush when an opponent is sent flying. In Sparking Zero, in base mode, that can go up to 4 with certain characters. Increasing the instances of these Vanish matches, which I'll admit are saucy, but again, not when you see it 1,000 times in a match. And it leads to some matches just being tennis rallies, like this fight I had in my Gohan upgrade video. Not fun at all.
Hey, that's what Demon Joe and Unzed was doing to each other when they was playing, just ping-ponging each other the whole time. But no, so Richard, I definitely agree with this point. Well, I'm indifferent towards it, if I'm gonna be honest. I really don't care, like, how many vanishes or like how many vanish hits you can do. I mean, I think it makes sense for, like, more stronger characters that have more vanishes. I guess that's something that comes with that. I think that's cool. But I understand what he's saying too. I don't mind it either way. I can't say I really care about this one for real.
And definitely not saucy.
Tell that to Novak Djokovic.
Oh, shut up. I personally think it was well balanced in BT3 and encouraged different types of gameplay because you can do ridiculous damage.
Hey, that shit took a whole key bar on BT3. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy, bro.
With the strong characters in Sparking Zero, from just knocking people around like a tennis ball. Now these next two may be the sauciest things to exist in BT3 that are non-existent in Sparking Zero. Firstly, in BT3, when you're in max power mode, your character can do this Z-Vanish combo that ends with a mini blast attack. Which blast depends on the character, of course. It doesn't do much damage, but is solely included for saucy purposes only. Just tell me that isn't the dopest way to end a combo. And it looks—
I 100% agree. I ain't gonna lie, I could have sworn this was in the game at first. Or am I tripping? I remember like whenever they first was showing gameplay, this shit was in the game. So I don't know what happened, but that's definitely something that should have stayed in Sparking Zero. I don't know what. Like I said, bro, I'm gonna end up having a brain attack or something, bro. Sitting here trying to understand why they took a lot of this stuff out the game, bro.
so smooth too. It's like a free instant transmission attack for every character. Second,
Facts. Hey, the crazy thing is though, like he talking about all this stuff. It's a video that I might try to react to. It's a real long video, so it's difficult for me to do it. I'm gonna try to react to it. He talk about like everything in Sparking Zero that they took out from Tenkaichi 3.
characters who have stretchy arms in the series actually stretch their arms out when attempting to grab an opponent. Wow, how ingenious. Like, why get rid of this? The game is already unbalanced as is, and
I 100% agree with this. See, stuff like this gives character variety. You feel me? And it makes sense for characters that got stretchy arms. You know, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just feel like they dropped the ball with this game. It's like, bro, all you had to do was just copy and paste. Just copy and paste Tenkaichi 3 onto this game, update the graphics, and give us a few new things, bro. That's all you would have had to do, man. It's ridiculous.
some characters in Sparking Zero actually have unblockable grabs, So it's not like all grabs are created equally in the first place. It's just a nice saucy addition to the characters that have the perk of being stretchy. Speaking of grabs, I'm thinking of doing a short on this, but some of the grabs in BT3 are just way saucier than their Sparking Zero counterparts. And I don't know why they changed them. Like Baby Vegeta, for example. Compared to this.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, the one on BT3 definitely was way better. That shit was hard as hell. That shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'd definitely rather have that on Baby Vegeta than this one. But I mean, it's a lot. But you know, they got like the little cool cinematic grabs on here too. Like if, like, let's say I'm using UI Sign and I go against a Kefla, a Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, I do like a cool little grab on there. In my opinion, I feel like that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I agree and disagree with this one.
Or future Gohan. Compared
Nah, that definitely look way harder than it, but hell.
to this. Just
Get the
so
fuck out of here. That shit weak.
much better in the previous game.
That shit weak.
Now on to one of the...
Hey, future Gohan Super Saiyan Ultimate look way worse on Sparking Zero than they do on Tenkaichi 3. He don't even do all the backflips on Sparking Zero. That shit ass.
The sauciest things in the entire Dragon Ball universe. Beam Strike.
I hope he finna say what I was telling y'all the other day, bro. I hope he finna say it, bro. Cause if he finna say what I was saying the other day, bro, I love this nigga. I love this vid, bro. Like, I love this nigga vid, bro. Like, this shit right here. If he finna say what I think he finna say, this, hey, swear to God, he goated for this shit, bro.
Now, if you've watched my Sparking Zero review, you would have heard me mention this. But these struggles are just dead in this game. We can argue about the way they look compared to the last game. I personally don't like this weird shattering effect and constant camera spin that goes
100%. I hate that shit.
on.
Terrible.
But that's not my real problem
Trash.
with it. Why, oh why, wherever you beam struggle from, does it teleport you to the exact same middle location of the map?
Hey, man, shout out to this nigga, bro. Go sub to this nigga right now, bro. Go like this nigga video right now, bro. This facts. This is garbage. Dumb as fuck, bro. I'm telling you, this is garbage.
Talk about sauceless. One of the beautiful things about beam struggles in the last game is that it could happen from anywhere. As close.
Y'all see this? This is a 2007 video game versus a 2024, really a 2025 video game for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Or as far as possible. And you can actually recreate beam struggles from the show. I can't tell you how many hours I wasted as a child trying to get Vegeta into the perfect position in the sky, then beam clash with his Gallic gun as Goku. Actually, I can tell you, it's probably no more than like 3 hours.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah, definitely spend some time doing that.
Or Gohan versus Cell's Kamehameha. The main reason this series has been my favorite over other series like Xenoverse is because it truly feels designed to be able to recreate fights from the series. But in Sparking Zero, they just strip beam struggles of its cool factor and leave me unable to satisfyingly recreate some of the coolest moments in the series. Not cool, guys. Not cool at all.
I couldn't have said it better myself, bro. Tenkaichi 3 was the ultimate Dragon Ball simulator. This shit right here, it's just a cheap knockoff. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very cheap knockoff.
Speaking of not cool, it's really not cool when I try and launch an ultimate from the sky, just to find when the animation's over, I'm right in front of my opponent on the ground. What's that about? Seriously, look at this Kid Buu planet ball that I used from way up high. And I would love to just stay up there menacingly staring down the opponent I just demolished. So why am I right in front of him now? I seriously don't understand this decision. Something tells me it has to do with loading screens or something like that, but I really don't care. It's just sauceless. And it's way cooler to fire an attack and actually stay where you were when you launched it.
I agree with that. I actually do definitely agree with that one.
Another change from Budokai Tenkaichi 3. A small thing, but honestly, it bugs me and definitely brings down the sauce meter when you're in the flow of a match. The fact that you have to bring up a whole ass side menu just to transform really bothers me.
I was just talking to Ambassador Plays about this, bro. On BT3, all you had to do was just press the analog down and you could transform, bro. You feel me? Or you would just hold the analog down and press another button and you would go to whatever form you was trying to go to.
Rather than having it just be a single button like in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it just sort of stifles the hype when you transform. I'm not going to say it kills the hype, but just stifles it a little bit. And I can't tell you how many times in ranked I try to transform into a certain form and click the wrong one, and it just pissed me off.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time, bro. I do that all the time. It pissed me off every single time, bro. And I agree with him on that one for sure.
Also, when you transform once in Sparking Zero, you gotta wait a few seconds before you can transform again. And again, it somewhat stifles the flow when you're trying to go from base to Super Saiyan 3 with Goku or something like that. And no such delay exists in BT3, at least not nearly as long.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I don't get this shit. That's what I be saying, bro. Like, I don't understand what they was doing with this game at all, bro. That's just stupid. That's just dumb, bro.
And lastly, this one is very subtle, but in Sparking Zero, only when your character is in full power do they have any aura, except for certain characters with permanent aura like MUI or full power Jiren. But in BT3, your character has this aura around them that grows the more ki your character has. So if they have no ki, they have no aura. But if they have max ki, they have a lot of aura. And aura is one of the biggest things that make...
Bro, I didn't even know that, bro. You know, bro. That's actually crazy. That's a crazy detail to have in the game. But just the simple fact that, like, that's why I told y'all, bro, they put way more love in the games back then. Them niggas had to have actually been some Dragon Ball fans back then that was making this game. The niggas that made Sparking Zero now, they don't fuck with Dragon Ball, bro. They're just getting paid to do a job. Cause ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. They had to have loved it back then. This is just a cash grab. There's no way you can't prove me otherwise. This proves it right here. Simple stuff like this.
Dragon Ball so dope, and the fact that it adjusts itself based on how much ki you have is so saucy. And I'm sorry, but this sparking mode aura design in Sparking Zero just does not do it for me at all. Like, who thought this was a good design? There's no sauce at all. Well, there you go, guys. That is the list of 15 things that are saucier in Budokai Tenkaichi 3 than in Sparking Zero. Let me know if you agree with the list.
Hey, man, I agree with like 96, 97% of everything you say. There's only like one or two things that I didn't necessarily disagree with, but that wasn't that big deals to me. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think he was speaking facts. And I think this video right here, along with countless other videos on YouTube, prove to y'all why Sparking Zero, it will never, ever be better than Tenkaichi 3. There's no way. They didn't put love into this game. They put love into Tenkaichi 3. And this shows it. This shows it, bro. They not doing simple, minute details on Sparking Zero. They could have just, all they had to do was just copy and paste it from BT3, and it would have been a perfect game. But they was bullshitting. They didn't care about us. The only thing they care about is this right here. That's it. It's a business. That's all it is. Back then, it was a business too, but they still cared. The only company that's still like that nowadays is Rockstar. That's the only company that's like that now, bro. Every other company that's making games, they want this. Or they trying to push some type of agenda. You feel me? That's all they want. When, like, for example, and I don't mean to get off subject, but like for the Spider-Man 2 game, the only reason they put the black suit and Venom on there was just for this. That story was ass. You feel me? They had a lot of shit on there. It was just a cash grab. Same with a lot of these other games, bro. And Sparking Zero is no different. And that's just very sad to me, bro. In my opinion, Storm Connections had more effort put into it than Sparking Zero. That's just me, if I'm being real. But yeah, man, like I said, y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this video. Shout out to bro. I'm gonna put his video in the description if you want to go watch the thing yourself. But shout out to him, man. Definitely go sub up to his channel. This shit was fire. But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And Don Coolio out, bruh.